I think it's time to have a really serious conversation with the Cleveland Browns fans. It's time to rally the base. It's time to come together. And it's time to get ready to support the Cleveland Browns as they leave the Greenbrier and they start 2024. I got some words for the real Browns fans with this episode. It is not something you are going to want to miss. Make sure people know about it. It's your boy G. Bush, and it's, of course, the Ultimate Browns. Welcome to the fastest 30 minutes in all of sports. It's your boy G. Bush, right back here with another episode of the Ultimate Browns. Salute to everybody out there that supports the show. Continue to share, continue to like, continue to send this content all around the internet so that we continue to make the Ultimate Browns the best Browns content on the face of the planet. We got a great show planned for you today, a little something different that I want to get into. But first, Browns wrap up the Greenbrier. Their trip to Greenbrier ended today, this morning. Practice has concluded, and we're going to let you know what my overarching themes and thoughts are on a very successful trip to the Greenbrier. And we'll talk about that coming up here in a little bit later on in the show. Also, the city of Cleveland, a little bit of political news, a little bit of stadium news has dropped. The city has dropped a counter offer to the Cleveland Browns in terms of, renovating the Browns stadium right now. We'll get some thoughts from Mayor Bibb and a statement from the city. Also, we'll get a little bit of a statement from the Haslams. Before we get to any of that other different stuff, I wanted to do something that kind of sets the tone for Browns, and I want to speak specifically to Browns fans. As I got into this industry and I got into the media, you are presented with information. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it'll ruffle some feathers because you're giving an opinion about your team. But one of the things that I want to be clear about is that there's no bigger Browns fan in the Browns community than one G. Bush. And one of the things that I always like to show, and I want to have that come across, is the fact that I love my team. Right now in the media, in our Browns sphere, in the Browns diaspora, when we talk about the Cleveland Browns community, I don't believe we're unified at all. And when you say unified, that does not mean agree. We don't have to agree on everything, and that comes across our table with the Cleveland Browns. But there's one thing that we should all agree upon, that we want the Cleveland Browns to win at the highest level. We only care about bringing the Cleveland Browns that trophy, and that if it comes about any other team in the spectrum, we care about this team. It's a difference between respecting other teams and respecting their good players and respecting their history and respecting their tradition. And it's a difference between doing all of those things, which a good football fan can do, but it's a difference between cowtailing. It's a difference between unfair criticisms. It's a difference between confusing that with saying that you putting the thoughts, the wishes, the aspirations of other teams above the Cleveland Browns. That should never be done. I'm going to make this very clear. I could respect other people's game, but I don't like y'all. I don't like the Cincinnati Bengals, and I don't care about Joe Burrow and how good he is. I want him to lose twice a year. When Sam Weiss said, you live in Cincinnati, you don't live in Cleveland, let me remind y'all live in Cincinnati and not Cleveland. Just because we from the same state and you happen to beat the Chiefs once in a while, or no, we not friends, we not brother-in-laws, we're not none of that. Stop it. I root for the Cleveland Browns. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a good organization. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been good in the past, but I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't want to hear about their championships. I don't give two you-know-whats about what they are doing and Mike Tomlin and their lineage and all of the great things and the Rooneys. Don't come on here raising the hands of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no, I'm not going to be giving them the benefit of the doubt. And sure as hell, I don't like the Baltimore Ravens. Is Lamar Jackson talented? Sure he is. but I could care less about the team that used to be the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And that goes for every other team, like the Eagles, like the San Francisco 49ers or the Cowboys or the Giants. Listen, it's a lot of people in this city that got allegiances and likes to other people, other places, the Broncos, whatever the case may be. But on this channel, I'm unapologetically Cleveland Browns. I root for the Browns. I'm a diehard Browns fan. My grandfather died wanting a championship for the Browns. My father is in his 70, pushing 70, and he only watches the Cleveland Browns, and he wants to raise that trophy. How many of us have had family members that we grew up with, that we was with, that put us on their knee and let us watch these games week after week after week? And we began to like the Cleveland Browns, and we rolled with the Cleveland Browns through ups and downs, smiles and frowns, wins and losses. And it's been more losses than wins. And at some point, there's been a generation of Browns people that become jaded. There's been a generation of Browns fans, and trust me, you guys are still in the base. I'm talking to the base. You guys have been beat down and smacked over the head with losses, bad ownership, no quarterback play. We know the greatest hits. But it's time for everybody to get in the fold and look in the mirror and say, am I with them or I'm not? At the end of the day, the commentary in the Browns community seems more like we got people that is wearing Pittsburgh Steelers gear rather than the Browns. We got people in here. This is my thing. You stop telling me the praises of TJ Watt when you got Myles Garrett in your backyard. You got the Defensive Player of the Year in your backyard. But every single time I turn on the radio and TV, I got to hear people comparing TJ Watt to Myles Garrett. And I'm hearing, oh, he got to get his sack totals up. He got to do more in the fourth quarter. No, what you need to do is support one of the best players in the league and stop nitpicking and finding little edges. That don't make you smart. That makes you look like you hating. And hating is a very strong word. But don't you get on these airwaves and you live in Cleveland telling me why you think TJ Watt is that guy. It's time out for that. You got the Defensive Player of the Year in your backyard, and we won't celebrate him. It's time to talk to the base. I'm talking to the base. I'm talking about those that know. I'm talking about the diehards, not the flip-floppers. Yeah, we done been through something. Yeah, we done been bad in the past, but we not bad no more. Get yourself out of that hole in that dark place. Get yourself on 2 feet and go support your team. Pull yourself up, dust yourself off, have some dignity, and stop listening to what these other dudes is talking about and about the Browns and why they're so terrible. And stop bringing these dudes on the airwaves to take craps on the Cleveland Browns. I don't care if you're national or you're not. Don't come on. I don't need you to come on our shows and tell us how bad we are and how bad we don't know about the quarterback and why we up in the air about certain things. Stop bringing these national guys on TV to take veiled shots at the Cleveland Browns. We don't need your opinion. We don't need them. We got to have some sort of pride about this, man. We got to start having some pride, and we need to come together. And start, listen, and I don't want to, and I'm going to destroy these little talking points too. Every time I bring up unity, every time I bring up we should be supporting the team, people bring up Baker Mayfield. That's a talking point, and that's a lie. When Baker Mayfield was drafted here for the Cleveland Browns, I stood up and clapped because I want the Browns to win at all costs. I didn't agree with some of the stuff Baker Mayfield did. I didn't agree with any of that, but don't ever get it twisted. I want to win. Baker Mayfield was wearing that jersey. I ain't never turning my back on nobody because that's my squad. I don't care if I don't agree sometimes with every individual player. I still supported the hell out of the Cleveland Browns because Baker Mayfield wore that jersey. If you put that jersey on, you with me. You put that jersey on, I'm rocking with you. We got to start getting back to a place where there's some sort of pride. And people ain't running around here siding with all these other voices. You might be from somewhere and you can root for other teams, but I'm gonna be unapologetic about my enthusiasm for the Cleveland Browns organization. You call me a homer, you can call me whatever you want to. I call it a person that got passion about his team. And don't you come up here telling me, don't you come up on these airways telling me and people who think like me that we somehow lesser because we want to root for our squad. You're allowed to come root for whoever you want, and I ain't talking to nobody specific, so don't be putting no subliminals in here. You root for whoever you want to, but don't you think 1 second my enthusiasm, my light is going to be dimmed down because of you and what you think about the Cleveland Browns organization and the team. You can root for whoever you want to root for. I'm unapologetically rooting for the Browns. And I'm talking to the people that's in the base. I'm Riley in the base. If you ain't with us, cool. I'm talking for those who, if you know, you know. The season is here. The season is upon us. We are ready to go. When I used to play football, we used to come from all different inner city schools. One of them will come over here from the southeast side of town. Some can come from the north side of town. Some come from behind the railroad tracks. So we come from all different communities. And you know what? We used to battle hard, battling each other in the city. But when you got one high school, the first thing the coach said is this. Yeah, I know you got pride in where you come from and the side of town that you representing. But when you get up in here and it's one high school, and it's one place, you represent one school. Ain't no southeast, southwest, northeast, northwest. It's one. So yeah, I appreciate that you fought hard. All that offseason stuff, yeah, I appreciate that we can critique the game and give lists about Patrick Mahomes and who's better and who's good and whether you like the quarterback or do you think that Nick Chubb's coming back or do you like Kevin Stefanski? When that ball snaps, we are one squad. One coach, one running back, one quarterback, one organization, one Browns community. And if you want to keep talking all that mumbo jumbo about this and that, and I don't know, and all that downtrodden negativity, keep that outside of the context of what we trying to do. It's time for the real Browns fans to rally up, to unify, to get down to the brass tacks. And that comes to winning that Super Bowl trophy and raising it up. I ain't no media member. First and foremost, I root for the Browns. Second of all, I'm a football person. I like the game of football. It's done a tremendous amount of work for me in my life. I got the scars to prove it. That's second of all. And then third, I'll be judicious and talk about how good other people's teams is. But guess what? I ain't into talking about nobody else's teams. I'm here to talk about the 216, the 330, the 440, and all of the people that's going to Browns backers places all across this great United States, rooting for the Cleveland Browns on Sunday that's waiting to raise that damn trophy. Anything else other than that is uncivilized, and we don't care. We talking to the base. And with that being said, we're going to get to our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the stadium. We're going to talk about, we kind of divided on other things too. One of them being the stadium. The city has come back with a counter. Let's see if Browns fans like it. We got some tweets. We'll go over that as well. You're listening to G. Bush, and you're listening to the Ultimate Browns. Let's talk about the great people at Game Time. You want to check out the Cleveland Guardians, the hottest team in Major League Baseball? The Game Time Act makes it simple. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting those third base seats easier and more affordable. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down closer it gets to the first pitch with killer last minute deals, all in prices, views from every seat in the house, and the lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets. What I love most about the Game Time app is the flash deal and the zone deals and easy to get tickets for every kind of event in your area. Take the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code Locked On. That's LOCKED ON for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code Locked On, LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Welcome back to the fastest 30 minutes in all of sports. It is your boy G Bush here, right here on the Ultimate Browns. And let's get to this. The city has had a proposal. Let's take a look at this. And this was outlined by Daryl Ryder. So make sure you guys go check Daryl Ryder out. He's a beat reporter for 92.3 The Fan. He kind of talked about this, and this was on the tweet. In the proposal, $367 million, $227 million from increases in emission to taxes revenue, $120 million from the Cuyahoga County sin tax revenues, and $20 million in existing stadium capital reserves over a 30-year lease term with 5-year renewal option. The city will also will turn the Willard Garage in the Muni lot over to the Browns for the exclusive use on game days and event days. Parking revenues are expected to generate $94 million for capital repairs and improvements. Under the current lease, the city covers $1.3 million in annual property taxes and insurance, while the Browns pay about $250,000 in rent. Under the proposed new lease, rent will be waived for the Browns, but they will assume the responsibility for the insurance and tax payments. This adjustment aligns with the lease agreements held by the Guardians and the Cavs, making it consistent across the sports franchise in Cleveland. This was something that was come up with the city and Mayor Bibb. This is their proposal. The Cleveland Browns have gotten back. And they do have a response from what the city had proposed. This was put out a statement from Dave Jenkins. This is the Haslam Sports Group Chief Operating Officer, and this is on receiving the City of Cleveland's latest stadium proposal. It goes, we appreciate the latest proposal from Mayor Bibb and his administration, and we will follow up with the City of Cleveland to better understand the details while we are still reviewing it. As we have consistently said throughout this process, we continue to communicate and collaborate with the City of Cleveland and Brook Park, Cuyahoga County, and the state of Ohio in a long-term stadium solution that creates a world-class experience for our fans and positively impacts Northeast Ohio. We are working diligently to comprehensively examine all options to identify the best path for not only our fans, but also greater Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. Our region deserves to be thought of as an evolving, forward-thinking, and innovative individual group. So we need to be thinking boldly and creatively in this process. It's important to reiterate that the goal is to come up with the best experience we can for our fans while creating a long-term, sustainable stadium solution that drives an impact that benefits Cleveland, Northeast Ohio region, and the entire state of Ohio. We will continue to provide updates as we move and have more information to share. Now, of course, this sparked some conversations amongst those who were on Twitter. Browns fans definitely had to jump in and opine on this situation. As you can see right here, Justin Prohaska says, "I'm torn. Love the character building on the lakefront with the weather. Believe in downtown. However, the rebuild is less than ideal, and the dome sure sounds nice. I can be happy either way, not surprised by public-private partnership structure. Good on Mayor Bibb for a bona fide offer." Let's go to another individual, see if he likes it a little better. Blaze Doggo 5 says, the proposal was terrible. 30-year lease on a stadium that is already 25 years old. Lakefront development has been talked about forever, and it's not happening. Renovating a stadium that's old and is going to be even more of a headache than the building a new stadium. Brook Park is the answer. Let's continue on. We have a couple more. Robert says, I really hope Brook Park happens, preferably with an additional investment from and of the extension of the Red Line, which is public transportation, and the additional stop to the new stadium. It will help drastically cut down on traffic as people attending any game or any event there will not have to walk up to the Brook Park Road. Let's continue on. Bones44 says Cleveland better get busy on how to replace 8 to 9 weeks of income since the Browns are going to Brook Park. Also, quit doing the quilt trip on the Browns because they're going to Brook Park. City of Cleveland has been sitting on their hands, for years now. And then let's see if we have somebody on the other end of the spectrum. The Browns belong downtown. The Haslam syndicate has extorted money to be threatening this loyal fan base. The absolute gall for Jimmy Haslam to buy the Bucks for $3.2 billion, but then still threaten to move the Browns out of the city is a disgrace. And then finally, Tagalo or TGLO says those who choose Brook Park want the dome and to host Super Bowls. Those who choose renovations on the current stadium want the Browns to actually appear in the Super Bowl. My honest opinion. So as you can tell, we talk about all the time in this situation. When it comes to the Cleveland Browns, we talk about where are fans at and are we on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to wanting certain things. For me, giving my honest opinion about the situation, I've said this on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I've said this on my radio show, The Barbershop on 92.3 The Fan. I've said this on Twitter. It's going to happen. They're going to Brook Park. It seems as if the mayor did put the proposal up. Shout out to him for and I really like Mayor Bibb. I like I like his platform. I like him as an individual. I like what he's done, some of the things in the city. However, he had to put the proposal together. There was nothing else he could have done in this situation. He had to put that proposal together. I do believe they're putting a proposal together knowing that that it's not going to, they had to, because it has to show the city did due diligence and giving at least some sort of pushback for the Haslams going to Brook Park. But I think the worm is out of the jar, so to speak. They've already purchased the land. They've already had the renderings. They've already done so much down there in the Brook Park area. The plants are already out there, leaked and ready to go. I think this is a situation where the Cleveland Browns, in their heart and minds and souls, know they want to go down there. Jimmy Haslam has his heart set on that. And I think now the Browns fans, when you talk about domes, when you talk about roofing the Browns stadium, I think that they're now enjoying the idea of going down to the stadium, going down to Cleveland Browns Stadium and being able to sit in there with shorts and a t-shirt on when it's negative 16 degrees. I remember we trying to cover the game against the Saints a couple years ago, and it was just brutal. And so I think the dome movement is strong and it will continue on. I think this was a nice chance at the city giving a little bit of rebuttal. But from what I'm hearing, and this was in some of the reporting by Daryl Ryder and a couple other people on Twitter, they're saying that the city, the stadium, even with renovations, won't last another 30 years. They're already 25 years in. They want to sign another lease, add another 30 years on to whatever they already have. The stadium is in disrepair at this point. So people are speculating and people are even wondering, could the stadium even last another 25 years? And at this point, why would you put good money towards something that is not going to be up to snuff when it comes to some of the other facilities and be at the top of the food chain when it comes to facilities in the NFL? And teams are consistently turning over, getting better, getting more state-of-the-art stadiums. Why would you put money towards something that you know you're not going to get your return on investment out of? So that's the thought process. I think it'll happen. There'll be more litigation. There'll be more politics involved. But with that being said, I think the Haslams eventually, they get what they want. Billionaires usually get what they want. And when it comes to stadiums, I think the people actually want that thing in Brook Park. And just is what it is. When we get back, we will get to the Greenbrier. Browns wrap up Greenbrier, and I'm going to tell you, I'm excited for what I saw, and you'll also hear from Juan Thornhill and Martin Emerson. We'll come back and hear that coming up next. It's G. Bush and the Ultimate Browns. Let's talk about my people over at the Ultimate Guardian. Zach Miles, Adam the Bull over there doing their thing. One of the best podcasts when it comes to baseball. Make sure you guys check those out. That is 2 times a week here on the UCSS channel. My man, Jason Lloyd and Mikey McNuggets give you the Ultimate Cavaliers. A lot of great stuff going on. Cavs just signed Jared Allen. Mikey McNuggets had a great podcast about that up the other day. You're a Cavs fan. It's the best place to get your Cavs information. And my man, Earl the Pearl, the Ultimate 216, giving you a mix of sports and culture. Great stuff over there, content, bringing that 216 feel as a natural-born city guy of the city of Cleveland. Earl does a great job of doing that, and then it's me. You know what we do over here. It's the Ultimate Browns. You know how we get down. The most magnificent, the most electrifying G. Bush in the building, bringing you that Browns content in the only way he can do that, bringing that barbershop feel to the table as well. Make sure you subscribe so you get all the notification and so you can get all of our content. Welcome back to the fastest 30 minutes in all the sports. It's your boy G. Bush right here on the Ultimate Browns. We had an opportunity to check in for the Greenbrier. Greenbrier wrapped up today. Browns practice is in the books. Browns headed back, getting ready to start training camp in Berea. Shout out to all those guys and the fans that are going to go out there and reach out to them and have the team back in the city, getting ready for the preseason games. But we got an opportunity to check in, courtesy of the Cleveland Browns. We see Martin Emerson and Juan Thornhill. We get an opportunity to see both of those guys. Those guys were mic'd up, and this footage is courtesy of the Cleveland Browns.
Mic'd up. Let me tell my guys I'm mic'd up, man. On the low. No, sir. Do it. I'm mic'd up, too. Yeah, I gotta let you know. Yeah, I gotta let you know, man. Gotta let you know. Let's do it, bro. Turn me up. I get mad, you get mad. Let's do it. That'll be great, man. You push off, I'm holding you. You pistol, man. You supposed to take the pistol. Come on. Get to the money, baby.
Let's go, run walk through. Jeff, if you want hold, let's go. Run walk inside, let's go.
Yeah, let's work today. Work today. Go. Huh? Right. That's just a detail, you feel me? Unless you get out there.
Y'all know what I'm saying? Hey, mic'd up and now. You know what time it is. Y'all feel me? Just like that. Just like that. Just some water. Y'all ready to rock?
Hey! Let's go! Let's go, Chief! Next play. Hey,
On that one right there?
Which one?
That right there?
Find it?
Hell yeah, find that one.
Yeah, cause he looking, but I don't know if it's like back. I couldn't tell if it was back shoulder because his eye was big, but I couldn't really tell if his ear or it was like.
All good. You know, at the end of the day, you know what? No catch. Strap him up.
Hey, yes, sir. That would have been legendary picture, man. We would have got it.
We got to capitalize.
Put that up in that crib, you feel me?
Don't even come to drink.
Still need those jerseys, bro. We'll take that.
What's up, bro?
remember what your superpower is. So remember what gets that thing going. It's the energy, it's the juice.
We know.
Thanks.
And that was courtesy of the Cleveland Browns. And shout out to them. They finish up at the Greenbrier. And that just goes to show you, man, Martin Emerson is one of the most underrated dudes in the building and underrated dudes in the game. Earl talks about him all the time, man, and one of his favorite players. But you get an opportunity to see this, man. Martin Emerson is a bona fide lockdown type guy. I mean, when you're working against one of the best route tacticians in the game in one Martin Emerson, or excuse me, one you get to see Amari Cooper out there. He's working good on good. He ain't out there playing against the twos. He going against Amari Cooper. You see he's physical. He likes to get his hands on you. He does a good job in closed areas, man. This just shows that how good the Cleveland Browns have it because they do have a guy like Denzel Ward who's more of a speed guy, great tactician, has great recovery speed. But then you also have a physical corner who has the length and ability and the physical nature of a Martin Emerson. And when you get Greg Newsome back, boy, I tell you, you get Greg Newsome back, it makes one of the top three corners. I always say Pro Football Focus has the Browns with 3 out of top 35 corners in the entire NFL. And I will say they out there looking like they ready to go in rare form already. Let's continue on, man. We also got a chance to see Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill was mic'd up at the Greenbrier. Let's take a look at what he was able to do and the way he communicates and the veteran leadership that he brings to the table right here on the Ultimate Browns.
It's hot today. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot.
What's up, baby?
Let's get it, man. Be great today. Hey, the block is hot. I'm just letting you know. I'm hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you burned?
Nah, Mike, I'm talking the mic. I'm mic'd up. I don't want you to say nothing crazy. Yeah, that's what it is. They trying to get me in that mood. And take it there. What's up? How you doing, Coach? Strip fumble. Secure the tackle. I have to turn this up. Oh, no wait. I thought it was gonna be heavier than that.
Best part is this, right? Violent rap.
Hey, let's go, man. Stay true to your technique, man, and ball out today, man. Lock everything up. If we play man to man, nobody catch the damn ball, man. Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You just out here today.
Come on, bro. Oh, bro, don't disrespect me like that. You know I'm here. You know I'm here. Not today. Not today. Oh. Nah, not today.
First step.
Oh my. Y'all ran into a backer.
Do this.
Y'all ran into a whole backer.
What?
Y'all ran into a whole backer.
You in the end zone.
They tell us to get outside. Y'all say outside leverage and then run a slant. What kind of shit is that? Outside, he didn't tell us to get outside leverage and y'all run a slant, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy work right there. Hey, let's compete now. Let's go. I need y'all to show up. Need y'all to show up again, 5. Hey!
Let's go.
Hey, cool. Good defense, though. Good defense, cool. I'm going to push myself until I damn near pass out. The hard ones to catch is these. The ones that turn over. Oh, the banana one hard, too.
Oh, my God.
I can't read that one. Have you ever tried to catch a banana punt? Bro, them joints are crazy. They crazy. I think I got it, and it just keep going this way, bro. I'm like, damn, how you catch it? Like, if it's over here, you literally got to stay, like, right here, because it's going to come back to you. No, sir! No, sir! Don't do it! Hey, don't do it! You lucky you overthrew him! Oh! Yes, sir! Hey! We get out! Give us that. Where the fuck that boy come from? That boy came out of nowhere, huh?
Hey,
That boy came out of nowhere. I'm becoming a big fan of practicing out here. Practicing here, like at the Greenbrier. I like it. Like it's a good view. Yeah. You ain't gotta drive nowhere either.
Us, and it's about you guys. Because when we do our job, we win.
And that's another clip, courtesy of the Cleveland Browns. Juan Thornhill was mic'd up, man. And you just see how fast the Cleveland Browns defense is. I'm looking at Juan Thornhill. I'm like, dang, bro, y'all around a lot of these balls. Y'all around the football a whole lot. And listen, I've been critical of Juan Thornhill, in last season, and I'm only critical of Juan Thornhill because I've seen what he can do with Kansas City. I've seen what his track record is. I've seen what his tape work is. And like I said, when we got Juan Thornhill, I'm thinking we're gonna get an impact player. Like I said, like this. We don't need Juan Thornhill just being in this gap. That is not what we're looking for. We need Juan Thornhill to do exactly what he was doing on that field. Bigging up in his young guys, being a leader, being a vocal leader, being around the football, making plays, and staying competitive. We need you to be a playmaker. I'm going to tell you this right now. Juan Thornhill is one of those positions that can make or break the Browns season. If they get a guy like Juan Thornhill that can come in and play and be special in the back end and step that safety play up overall, him and Grant Delpit, the Cleveland Browns got an opportunity to beat anybody in this league, and that defense could be super special. Watch for the Cleveland Browns with new wrinkles. You could just see those guys playing much faster this year than they were in camp last year. Jim Schwartz, the second year of this defense, man, I'm going to tell you what, man. I was impressed by what I saw at the Greenbrier as a whole. I think Deshaun Watson looked phenomenal at the Greenbrier. He was locked in the whole entire time. He was dropping dimes. I thought Elijah Moore looked crisp. I thought David Njoku won his matches. Martin Emerson, Denzel Ward balled out. And, of course, Nick Chubb is the story of a guy that could possibly coming back sooner rather than later. The Browns leave Greenbrier with good work in the barn, good hay in the barn. Now we're looking forward to getting ready for the Berea aspect of training camp and getting rid of these preseason games. With that being said, you already know what type of time it is. We rallying the troops. We rallying the base. We unifying the base. It's Browns over everything. And moving forward, when we get back here, we need all them real Browns fans to tap in. I need y'all to comment on this. I need you to like this. I need you to show your love. Put it in the comment section. Share this. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Facebook, because this is a commentary for only this real. We talking to real Browns fans all the place, all the time. With that being said, you never know where G. Bush going to show up. Radio, TV, and internet. And what I want to say, most of all, is have a great weekend and go Browns.